Are we on the air? Oh!
Hey gang, it's Brian from FXBilliards. Today I am going to talk about a very touchy subject and something totally different. And keep in mind, when I do these little shorts like this, we're talking about more than just pool. This applies to just about anything you want to be good at and anything that you enjoy doing. So I received a number of emails and comments and students of mine saying things like, my girlfriend, wife, boyfriend, whoever, does not appreciate the amount of time that I'm spending on the pool table as opposed to spending with them or the family or whatever the case. And this is a legitimate concern. In order to be good at this game, you have to put in a lot of time in order to be good at anything. Like I said, this video applies to a number of different things, whatever your pursuit is. So it goes beyond pool, and you have to invest quite a bit of time. Now, I'm in a unique situation in that I have an extremely understanding wife. Also, I can quantify what I do at the pool table because it becomes a big part of my livelihood. Years ago, I came home from work one day and I said, baby, I'm going to be playing professional poker and blackjack. That's going to be my job. And, you know, I told my wife, if I don't pay the bills, then we'll re-examine this. But because I was able to quantify my success in doing that and not missing any bills or anything like that, I got a green light to do it. Whatever the hours were, I traveled to Vegas once every 6 weeks, spent a week out there at a time. Did that for a couple years until it became something that just was not manageable for me as a family man. Pool brings you a lot closer to home. So there was an eye-opening situation there for me in that, number one, my wife was extremely understanding, but she understands money. And the other thing is that you need to decide what you're going to be good at and how you're going to be going about getting there. For those of you who want to practice 2 hours a day and you've got a family and you can't put in 2 hours a day, there are certain things that you should be saying and doing that will help you get there. This goes to guys, girls, everybody, okay? First thing you need to do is share your goal with your, I'm going to use the word partner throughout this entire thing. So whether it's boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, wife, husband, we're going to say partner throughout this. So share your goal with your partner. If the goal is you want to be a professional player, by the way, I would say look at another goal because professional players in pool do not make much money at all. Chances are whatever you're doing right now, you're making more money than the average professional player. But if you decide that you want to be a professional player, share that goal with them. If you decide you want to get your team to Vegas, share that goal with them. If you want to be the best guy at your pool hall, if you want to be the best girl on your team, whatever the situation is, if you share that goal with them, make them part of your goal as a player. If it's just to improve your game, go from being a 4 to a 7. Share that goal with them. The fact that they're part of that goal is going to make it a lot easier for you. The next thing, try, doesn't always work, but try to make it a joint venture. If your partner is someone that is willing to put in time with you, whether they're a player or not, just, you know, hey baby, I want to practice my spot shots. Can you just put a ball on the spot for me each time? Or can you re-rack for me? Anything to make this practice more efficient and get it over with quicker, or whatever the situation. If you can make them part of the game, make them part of your practice session, that will definitely help. I am jealous of everybody who has a husband or wife or girlfriend or boyfriend or whoever that plays pool along with them. I had my first date with my wife. I took her to a pool hall because it was a great opportunity for me to show off. And she hasn't played pool with me since, but we've been married for a very long time. So if you have somebody that will play with you, definitely make it part of a joint venture. But even if they don't play, have them be part of your practice session. Every drill that we do needs setup. Somebody helping you at the table is definitely going to be beneficial. So that's the next recommendation that I can make, is make them part of you being a better player. Another thing you can do is, if you are playing in a league, you might make a trip to Vegas. There might be some prize money involved. You might be a money player. Make them part of the reward for winning. Now, you shouldn't make them part of the losses, but definitely make them part of the reward. I had someone say to me a few years ago that his wife thought he was having an affair because he was at the casino all the time playing poker. This is a common problem for advantage players. If you're a skilled poker player or a skilled blackjack player and you make money at the table, you want to be there. Same thing with pool. You want to be there. For each hour you're not, it costs you money. So it's very difficult for you to explain that to your partners. But one of the things that you need to do, and this is what I recommended to this one person, was make her part of the win. If you have a good day and you make $500, $600, $700, make sure you buy her something. Come home with something. So now she's rooting for you. Oh, why aren't you at the casino making money? Why aren't you at the pool table making money or getting better? So if there is a prize at the end of it, a trip to Vegas or whatever, make sure that they're part of that, so that they're rooting for you. And if it's just being in the APA and going from being a 4 to a 7, let them know how proud you'll be that you moved up in the ranks, and that this is something that's going to help your team, and your team may go to Vegas and you may take your partner to Vegas along with you. So make them part of the reward. Another thing I would recommend, if you're taking time away from the family, get in your practice time, if possible. This is not all possible. Not all of these things are possible for everyone. But if at all possible, make your practice time a time when they don't care that you're not there, which is usually when they are sleeping. And I'm going to produce a video how to get in a 15-minute practice session, because a lot of times people only have 15 minutes in a day to practice. But you know what? If you practice 15 minutes just 3 days a week, you already practice 45 minutes more than the average pool player. So what you need to do is find time. Now, again, I'm very fortunate in that I keep very strange hours. So I get up 5, 6 o'clock in the evening, spend time with my family. Everybody's in bed by 11 o'clock. I'm knocking out videos and practicing from 11 p.m. till around 7 a.m., 7 or 8, when my wife gets up and works in my studio. So I'm doing the work. I'm putting in the time when everybody else is sleeping. They can't miss you if they're sleeping, okay? So if you can get up early or stay up late and put in your practice session, or maybe a combination of both, you want to work 2 hours on your game, get up an hour early, stay up an hour later. Whatever you need to do, you'll be able to find the time that way. So you need to make sacrifices just like you're asking your family to make sacrifices. And if that means that you're getting up early and staying up late to do so, it's something that you should be doing. Another thing I would recommend is watch your terminology. You are not going to play pool. You are going to practice. You're going to go and work on your game. When I'm sitting at a poker table or I'm playing on a pool table, I am not playing, I am working. So my wife says, are you working downstairs? Are you practicing? I don't play pool, okay? I practice, I work at it. So when you do these things, make sure you're using the right terminology. You do not want to give the impression that you are playing. You should enjoy it, you should have fun, but people should understand, people in your family should understand that you are putting in work. So in closing, I hope that some of these tips work for you guys. I don't think all of them are going to work for everybody. Some of them might not work for anybody, but just some ideas that you guys can use to satisfy your family and make them understand what you're doing and why you're doing it. And I totally agree with families that don't understand, because it's very difficult for them to comprehend. If my wife was away for 2 hours a day because she wants to be the best bocce ball player in the state, I would go nuts. So I do understand how these spouses and partners and everybody feel. So I don't know where I got bocce ball, please. Anyway, I understand that all of these aren't going to work for everybody, and some of them might not work for you, but it's definitely worth giving a shot, because if you're not happy at home and your family's not happy with you, then being the best at pool is not going to do you any good. So try to bring it all together. Let me know how you make out with some of these things. You can email me, so it doesn't have to be a public conversation. For guys that don't know, I'm at FXBilliards@gmail.com. You guys have a great day, and make sure you subscribe.